Hello and welcome to Tim Farmer's Country Fishing Show. You want to go fishing?
I do. I like to fish.
You do like to fish?
I do like fishing, yes.
Oh, by golly. You know what? We're going to do a little bit of fishing this year. Why do we fish? First of all...
I'll tell you.
What? Tell me why we fish.
Because I can eat. I like to eat
exactly.
fish.
And you know, the thing is, a lot of people fish... Oh, I forget about this one. A lot of people fish for different reasons. You know, they'll go catch bonefish in the flats, and that's fun. But when we catch fish, we want to bring it back to the kitchen and...
Eat. I like food.
We like to eat
That's
fish.
right.
Why is this not hot? How come? What's the teapot sitting? It's like we haven't even had breakfast yet.
It's to look pretty. I like the teapot.
There's a reason. We're not cooking dinner tonight. Other people are cooking. But first, if you went to a pizza joint, would you want it to be like just so-so pizza, or would you want it to be researched? What about, say, the guy who's cooking the crust? Let's say he went to Italy.
Wow.
To find out how they make their crust.
That means it's good.
So instead of cooking dinner, how about let's go to Stanford and grab some pizza? What do you think?
That sounds good to me.
You
Yum.
just got back, actually. Look here.
When's your baby due?
Thursday. Chef Bill.
Tim Farmer, how are you?
Wait a minute. This is different. You know, you're over here.
Yeah?
You got the best restaurant in town. Now you have the best restaurant in town. How do you do that? How do you have two best restaurants in town?
Well, we thought we needed to bring pizza to Stanford, Kentucky.
What was the inspiration for all this? I know Angela, she's written books about, you know, we've gone to her place, and I'm looking around and I see some kind of familiar themes here.
Great. Well, you know, my partner, Angela Carell, wrote a book, and in that book is a character named Mama DeVecchio.
Right.
Mama DeVecchio was passionate about hospitality and about having dinner parties and serving people and having people into her house. And you know us, we're all about hospitality and serving people, and we wanted to bring the essence of that to Stanford in the form of pizza. And we did that with really Tuscan design notes, like this pizza oven behind us. This is a 6,000-pound oven. So that's a stone hearth oven. We cook on that. We make our own bread here. And in keeping with what I know you know, we like to be all natural. So we partner with Marksberry Farms, locally farm-raised meats, no growth hormone, no steroid, no antibiotic, grass-fed, grass-finished, all that good stuff. We brought that to pizza as well. So all of our meats are locally raised, and then the bread is made here, no GMO and organic.
Wow. 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 So we're sitting here talking. I'm having trouble because I haven't eaten today. I have not eaten today.
Nice.
So we can talk a little while, but then I just bail out and eat.
Absolutely. We'll be happy to feed you.
You know what? This is a major undertaking to even set something like this up. I mean, so you reach temperatures, it looks like, what, does it stay at around 600, 500?
I'm actually about 60 degrees hotter than it reads on that top temperature. So right now I'm about 610 degrees. We do that so that, yes, and short answer, yes. Right. But we do that so that we can get your pizza out in about 5 minutes from when we throw it in.
Wow.
So we're pretty hot.
So this is an old concept, but to bring a taste of Tuscany in here, it's just absolutely wonderful. And I can't wait to try it. That being said, let's talk about Stanford itself.
Sure.
There's not too many places you can go. Yeah, it's heartbreaking to go to some of the old towns that I used to live in, and then their downtown is done.
Right.
You walk in, and every other shop is done, dilapidated. These beautiful buildings. What has kept Stanford going? I mean, you drive down Main Street and it's vibrant. And
it is vibrant. It's really historic preservation, mostly funded by a want to give back to the community. They want to preserve it for the community, but also for the sake of beauty for beauty's sake. I mean, it becomes not only a gift to the community, but a way to serve the people of the community.
Well, it's a beautiful little town. There's places to stay. This is a good foodie road trip. You can stop and stay at there's cabins.
Sure.
There's also a motel downtown, all on the Main Street area, all right around this area. They can have a couple different dinners, chill out here. A lot of stuff to do around here.
Right. Wilderness Road, the oldest functioning main street in the country, in the second oldest county in Kentucky, Lincoln County. So we have guest houses ourselves in our partner companies called Wilderness Road Guest Houses. We've got a boutique soap store where we make our own cosmetics with locally raised goats and goat's milk. And we've got 2 places where you can eat natural foods.
Yeah, as you look around, tell us a little bit about the building, what you can expect to see. I mean, look at the brickwork out here.
Yeah. we really tried to bring Tuscany to Kentucky. And one word that we use internally, not so much externally, but I'll throw it out there, Kentuscany.
I like it.
So we're Kentucky-raised animals with a Tuscan bred recipe. We're a Kentucky building that, I don't know, 190 years old, that we brought design notes from Tuscany, these exposed rafters. Those are old floor joists that we took up to give it that feel of exposed rafters. The hallway has been built like an Italian street. So you've got these curved archways and these wall sconces. And then when you look through the windows, you see Tuscan countryside. And so that white marble, very Italian. This oven, very Italian. And so when people ask, you know, hey, do you have buffalo chicken and do you have ranch? The answer is no. That's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to provide Kentuscany, if you will. A little bit of Kentucky, a little bit of Tuscany, and wrap it in this sustainable agriculture and healthier foods.
Now, speaking of food, the interview's over. Can we eat?
Absolutely.
We're going to pile drive one of these pieces. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tim.
Sauger.
Delicious food.
Great eating fish, kind of like walleye. So let's step aside, get everything set out. Chino is going to do his wife's recipe. It's absolutely delicious. I would have never thought about this, but it's really light.
It's simple too.
Crunchy.
Simple recipe.
Delicious, simple.
Yes.
That's a key word. In the kitchen tonight, Chino Ross, old friend from 1940s, right before the war. You remember that?
I remember that.
We've actually done a lot of fishing together, and you brought some sauger. On a scale of 1 to 10, these are right up there on the fish. Good eating, don't you think?
Everything in the perch families, yellow perch, sauger, walleye, are right up high.
Now, they're not the easiest fish to catch, or would you say they're?
They're very easy to catch if you can just locate them.
Find them.
Yeah, the sauger bottom hugging fish, and they're winter fish, and they're going to get below the dams. And if you can get up there and not have the floods that we've had recently, you can probably catch them.
Now, not too long ago, we talked about doing a show. That turned into one of the strangest days of my life. It was just odd, scary. I get a call on the phone, and she says, I've been in an accident. I'm like, whoa, wait. This was before the bad one. The car, you took a picture of the car.
Yes.
You rushed right up here. I won't go into that, but it was a bad day. Nonetheless, she was tough. She had a broken hand. She did it anyway. Guess what? We caught fish.
We caught tons of fish. We finally hit it right and had your wife with an injured hand and your 2 granddaughters on board.
Let's take a look at that segment here real quick.
There you go.
Perfect.
That's it right there.
There we go. No, we're gonna have so much fun.
What you see today is a beautiful day on the Kentucky River. You see Grandma, you see 2 little grandbabies, and you see me, and you see all smiles and happy faces. But you know what happened earlier today? There was an accident. And because of seat belts and proper restraining devices, both my grandbabies are safe with minor cuts and bruises. Nikki's wearing a brace on her right hand. We're happy to be fishing right now.
You're happier here? Okay.
Reel it in. Keep pressure on it. Keep pressure on it. Reel. Look at here, Chino. That's a eater right there.
That's a big old walleye. Oh, give him in the boat.
Good job, Natalie. That's dinner right there for me. That's an elite right there, won't it, Chino?
That's a beautiful walleye. See the black spot right there and the white tip back there.
Best eat in the world.
That's a beautiful
Good job,
fish.
Nanny. Good job.
Way to go.
Let's get some more.
He's helping you. He's helping you.
Yeah.
Whoa!
All right.
What do you think about that?
Good, Karen.
There you go. Good
Sweet.
job. Good job.
Sweet. And what was that? You were telling me there weren't any fish down there. Interesting.
There's probably only one.
Do you want to kiss the fish? You need to give a kiss. That's what you always do. Go ahead, give him a little kiss. Oh, touch. You got to touch him with a kiss. See, look. Aw, he's nice. Give him blow him a kiss then. Blow him a kiss.
Oh,
There you go.
nice job.
Slimy.
Fine.
We're out today with our buddy Chino Ross, and we're on Kentucky River, which I think is one of the most underutilized waterways in Kentucky. Why do you like Kentucky River, Chino?
Well, because you don't find a lot of people out here. I know they did that big stocking program here from 2006 through 2010, I think. Put a lot of sauger. They put a lot of hybrid striped bass in here. So there's not a lot of competition, and you can catch those fish. You've also got a chance at some of those big Kentucky River muskies out
Yeah. What ounce jigs do you have on today?
here. This is an 1.25 ounces.
Ounce and a quarter. What kind of jig is that?
What you've got on there is actually called a walleye killer jig. We put a stinger hook on it. A lot of the fish you catch, you'll pick up on that stinger hook.
Keep pressure on. There you go. Keep pressure on. Keep pressure on. Keep pressure on. Keep it coming. Keep him coming. Keep him coming. Keep him coming. Yeah! Fish fry.
Catching big old
another
fish,
walleye?
man.
Good job, Nanny.
It's a sauger.
That's a sauger. It's a big
Yeah.
sauger.
See the spots on his fin right there? Isn't that beautiful? Let's see how long he is. Golly, Tim, she's about a 1/4 inch away from a trophy one.
Oops.
You can eat that one.
No, thank you. That was mighty sweet of you.
Reel. There you go. Crank it. We're getting close. Oh my goodness.
What do you got?
Woo!
Yeah.
Look at that one.
This is an unbelievable sauger.
Wow.
Oh my
What
goodness.
about
Really
that?
That was a big one, wasn't it?
Do you see the size of this fish?
That's ridiculous.
This
Hey,
is
you know what? Is it possible that we've hit it right, Chino?
This is ridiculous.
That's not your everyday sauger right there. Is that what keeps you down here? Chance of catching something like that?
Well, it's definitely a trophy. They got to be over 18 inches, and this is definitely a trophy. It is a beautiful, fat Kentucky River sauger. How long do you think it might be? 3 feet or 4 feet? You don't know? 20 1/4.
Okay, are you helping Natalie?
I'm helping Natalie.
Okay, I'm helping
Papa's helping you.
That's good water right there. That just feels
Felt
fishy.
like a little sauger, maybe. You want to lift him up real slowly?
Yes!
Whoa.
Yes!
Whoa.
Yes!
Whoa. Look at there, girls.
This is a good day.
Reel, reel. You gotta keep reeling. You gotta keep reeling. Keep reeling, Taryn.
Oh my goodness, you're working hard for
Keep
this one.
going hard.
He's pulling hard. Keep fighting him. Don't let him get you.
Yes! More fish fry.
Natalie, I'm catching up to you because I got 3. Mwah.
All right, girls, what do you think? Does that look like a fish fry? Was that fun? Who's the best fishing guide in the world? Chino! Say thank you, Chino.
Thank you, Chino.
He did a good job putting us on fish today. You know what? Those are beautiful fish. Those are, no kidding, some of the best eating fish in the world, which we're going to find out in a little while. I want to thank those fellas so much for taking us out. Let's shut that, let them stay cool, and think about coleslaw, cornbread.
Those are great days fishing. Of course, it's always a great day fishing with you. You know, I'd have trouble with you because I knew...
Trouble with me?
Trouble with you because you were so good. And then I would go out fishing, you know, by myself, and I'm like, man, he's just better than I am. You just hurt my feelings.
That is so untrue. That is so untrue.
But here's the deal. You wouldn't take us fishing unless you knew it was happening. And we've always had such good experiences. That was didn't we catch a trophy fish that day?
Yes, 20 plus inch, 4 pounds or more. It's got to be 18 or over for a sauger, yes.
Now let me ask you a question. Why do you fish?
Why not?
That's a multi-layered question. But I mean, seriously, when did you first know as a kid? How did you get started?
My first picture of me fishing with a cane pole behind my grandparents' cabin down in Mississippi, I'm probably 2 years old.
What were you catching? Bluegill?
Crappie.
Crappie.
Sardis Lake. Crappie in Sardis Lake.
That is something, that's a bad disease.
See, my dad was a hunter and fisherman, you know, and if you're lucky enough to have a parent or a grandparent or an older brother that does it, you're probably hooked as well.
Yeah. My dad started me out as a kid. I remember
Yes,
same
he did.
thing.
Yes,
same
he did.
thing. Cane pole and a bobber. Man, when
Yep.
you see that bobber start to go
A
down.
giant bobber.
Yeah,
Yes.
a giant bobber. And worms.
Yes.
I remember I used to catch those little daggone catfish. Those little yellow-bellied catfish, we call them. Nothing better.
Yeah.
So here we are. That means the oven's ready, so you're going to tell us
Something's
how to
getting
do this.
ready.
Tell me how you do this recipe.
What we have here is a Parmesan encrusted fish recipe. So when you don't want to go outside and fire up anything, you don't want to go outside and grill, then you can bake the fish.
Grease, hot grease, and all that sort of thing?
You can bake the fish. So we'll preheat an oven at 450 degrees.
Gotcha.
We're going to have our fish fillets already cut up and trimmed and ready to cook. Have your pan, grease it, and then we're going to do some potato flakes, some Parmesan cheese that's grated, and we're going to do some breadcrumbs.
Equal parts depending on how much fish you have. If you're cooking for 20 people, obviously you have to have much more than this. But just equal parts of those.
And we end up with a bigger bowl of fish than we realized. We probably jumped up the ingredients just a little bit.
Right.
But then we will have a tablespoon or two of water in a bowl, and we will mix a couple of eggs in that, and that creates our wash. Our wash is what we're going to dip the fish in,
Gotcha.
Get them all moist, and then roll them in our 3 ingredients, lay them in our pan, and put them in the oven.
425 for how long?
450 for 15 to 20 minutes.
450.
Yes.
We're warming up back here. For how much?
15 to 20 minutes. I would check on it.
Now that's
And when it's kind of crusty, you know, it's ready to pull out. That cheese is melted on the top of it.
just like that.
Pretty simple.
I like it. All right, as we have the wonderful smell of those fish cooking, and the girls are watching over there, if we suddenly have to stop, that means it's, and what did you say, roughly
15 to 20
15,
minutes, but you don't want to overcook fish. That's the one thing you don't want to do. It gets dry and rubbery.
We'll keep our eye on that. You know, as we look around, so I don't know if you noticed or not, but I've got a new kitchen, Chino.
Whoa, I'm very impressed.
Would you like to meet the guy that did this?
I would like to at least have his contact information.
Let me see if I can get a hold of him. Hang on a second. His name's Chino.
This is
wait a minute,
beautiful,
same name as
Tim.
yours.
This is beautiful.
You know what? When you fish with a guy, and you're thinking, okay, I've got cabinets that look pretty 1989, and you think I need to find it. And we go to these shows. People say, hey, let me redo your kitchen because this is what we do. I think, would I rather have a guy that I know and trust and fish with do this? You came in here and made some measures. This is his doing.
Thank you,
You
thank
did a
you.
great job.
Thank you, thank
Now,
you.
the only thing that we did was pick out the colors of this stuff, but you came in here with great detail and wrote all this stuff down. So is this something you deal with? Do you mainly do new houses, or do you go into houses that are already done?
We probably do 50-50. 50% is new construction, and the other half of what we do is remodel.
Do you know, sometimes I sit up on those stairs at night and just look down here with a little tear in my eye,
That's sweet.
thinking how pretty it is.
Well, it's pretty and it's functional.
It is.
And it's pleasing to the eyes.
And you know what? A lot of people are going with really light, white, bright colors, which is beautiful and it's nice.
And we do a lot of that.
But this is
Wasn't
Tim Farmer's
fitting
Country
here.
Kitchen. We need it earthy, beautiful.
And you pretty much followed all of my advice.
Hey, I don't know anything about it.
Plus, you added great accents. The lights were your idea, the floor was your idea, the backsplash was your idea, and you brought great colors to match our cabinets.
We had a little help with the colors from some folks up in Eminence. They helped us pick the colors of the floors and things like that. But thank you, dude. You warmed this place up.
You are welcome.
Here we go. I'm just gonna pull one of these out with a fork. Look at that light, nice brown, just flaking apart. Look at that. Oh, that's why you gotta love the sauger and the walleye. Look at that. Look at that white flaky, just falling apart, moist.
What do we think?
Actually ridiculous. Of course, I've already had this. Oh man, that's so good. You know what? This is a great, quick, and easy recipe. But now that we fixed it, we're going to turn the cameras off and we're going to plow
Time
in.
to eat and share with the ladies.
Thank you for everything, Chino.
Thank you. You are welcome.
All right. Now, you know, we have animals. 167,000 animals.
I feel like we do.
We have a bunch of animals. We like our animals.
They're all sweet.
But it's been so nasty
Yeah.
and wet. And we haven't checked in because everybody's muddy and we're
Right.
muddy and the cameras don't stand up to rain. But I noticed, I'm good with body language.
You are really good.
I noticed that Maybelle, our brown Swiss, was kind of favoring her right back leg and her right front leg. And I thought, oh no.
Yeah.
Is it the dreaded foot rot? I got a hold of Beth Johnson.
Right,
Who's
like
a friend of
that.
ours. Great resource, and said, hey, we need somebody who, you know, can come in here and take care of this. Who do we
Right.
call? She gave us a number. Next thing you know, Dr. Alex was over here. What a great guy.
He is.
Really,
Knowledgeable.
Really knowledgeable, and he explained everything to us. But let's see what happens. Does Maybelle have foot rot or not? That rhymes. So Alex, I noticed she was tender-footed. So I called Beth, and she said to give you all a call. I knew something was going on. It's wet. I mean, it's just gross out.
Yeah.
I mean, and I know I was afraid of foot rot or things like that. She wouldn't let me do anything with her, clean her out. So you said the first thing we have to do is, obviously, she's in a state of relaxation.
That's right, yeah, spa day.
You gave her a little dose of something to
Yeah, xylazine, which is a sedative that we can easily reverse with another medication called tolazine. So when we're done, I give her that medication, she'll pretty well pop right up.
Now, you've already done one hoof. We've been sitting here talking while we've
Yeah.
been getting the camera ready. What do you see so far with her?
So honestly, her feet look pretty good. Now I know she was tender-footed, and there's a very good chance that she probably just had a bruise. You know, she takes a hard step on a rock or something, and she can pretty easily get a bruise on the bottom of her hoof. You know, I mean, she looks pretty good. She's not real overgrown. The other thing we'll look for are vertical or horizontal cracks in those feet. I don't see any of those either.
So you're basically clipping her toenails. I mean,
yeah, so this is like your standard full-grown cow on the front of the hoof from what we call her cornet, which this is where the hoof grows from. We would measure that up, and that's about as long as it should be. Yeah, so the other thing we were looking for would be a solar abscess. Basically, they can start from a sole bruise or from bacteria working its way up a white line or a puncture, especially this time of year when the feet are this wet. Pretty easy to get punctured by something, but once again, I don't see any solar abscess. I don't see any foot rot. The other thing with foot rot as well is they'll get really swollen, what we call these heel bulbs back here, and all the way up through this is the pastern and the fetlock. When they get it real bad, I mean, they can swell pretty good, and it's simply from an infection between the toes. And I've even before pulled out stuff between the toes. I had a bull last summer sometime. They thought he had broken his leg. He was so lame.
Tender-footed.
Went out, picked up his foot, and he had a rock stuck between his toes. Anything like that can obviously be pretty sensitive, especially when you weigh 1,000 pounds. She does have one little spot here that is a bit of a concern to me, but we're going to clean it out and make sure there's nothing more to it. But you can see that black line right there?
Yeah.
That would be dead hoof. So basically we just want to make sure that doesn't lead us to an abscess. As long as it cleans out like it's doing, then we're good. So there's no more, that didn't lead to an abscess or anything, but that's the kind of stuff that we're looking for on a foot to show us if there is an abscess. We're gonna give her this shot.
This brings her back.
This is gonna wake her up. This.
She's pretty chill right now.
Yeah. Come on. Come on.
Yeah, turn it over, Maybelle.
You ready yet?
There we go. Nap's over.
Well, that was a wild show.
Yes, it was.
Cows and pizzas and fish and broken fingers. And
I didn't have to cook either.
fishing poles.
We got to eat and we didn't have to cook. I like it.
That's what I'm talking about.
No.
A lot of folks are saying, I'd like to be on Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen Facebook page, but it's so difficult to get on there.
Yes, it is.
What do you have to do to get on there?
You have to hit like. It's
Wait a
hard.
minute, that's all you got to do?
Hit like.
Hit like?
That's right.
You got to
It's
hit
easy.
like?
Yeah, I can even do that.
And then we'll talk to you about recipes. You
That's
can
right.
post the recipes that you've done. Now, if you're looking for some of the stuff that we've done on YouTube, which is only about 80 gazillion
That's a
things,
lot.
how would you find that, Mrs. Farmer?
I go to timfarmerscountrykitchen.com.
You would not.
I do.
TimFarmersCountryKitchen.com. Hit shows and you'll see all kinds of stuff on there. And now, Mrs. Farmer, it's that time. You gonna cry? We gotta say goodbye.
That's right.
Half hour's up. So it's all about
Good times
good friends.
and good eats.
Yeah, all kinds of good eats.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
See you next week with a brand new Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen.
To order a cookbook, please call 502-319-0487 or email timfarmerck@gmail.com.